Hello everyone, I am Abhishek Mathpati from AISSMS College of Engineering, Pune. Today, our group are explain you the layout of HV lab. Let's start with our topic layout of HV lab. Nowadays, as industrial development is occurring across the world, the power increase demand is increasing exponentially. Thus, for the high transmission for high distance transmission of power, we have to perform the test and research in lab providing high voltage is needed. The activities and studies in high voltage laboratories are main is testing of equipment like transformer, surge arrestor, isolator, switch gears, etc. Other than the equipment testing, research is the one of the main purpose in high voltage laboratory. In research, we include breakdown strength of different materials like solid, liquid, and gases, electrical interference of transmission line. Third one is high voltage power systems insulation, and fourth one is high current phenomena such as electric arc and plasma physics. Now we are seeing classification of typical HV labs. HV labs are divided into small, large, and small, medium, and large. Let us see one by one. Small HV labs are for the equipments having rating less than 10 kVA and impulse equipment of less than 10 kg energy. The size of room may be 15 meter into 10 meter into 8 meter. Sometimes it may be 5 into 8 meters also. The small size of labs are mostly used by college and university for their practical purposes. Next part is medium size lab, which is an industrial lab. Main function of the this lab is for testing of equipments having voltage rating 200 kV to 600 kV. Planning of such labs include ground transportation, handling of equipment like cranes, rationalization of test procedure by making instrument easily accessible, extension of facility for future, impulse generator rating more than 10 to 20 kilojoule. Other test equipments like impulse current generator for the testing surge diverters and DC facilities for testing cable and capacitors can also be made available. In industrial laboratories, not much emphasis is generally given for the undertaking research work and little flexibility may be given for available in operating new equipments. Next part is large size lab will be explained by my friend Girish Patil. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, my name is Girish Patil. Now I will be explaining large high voltage lab. High voltage lab is mainly used for research work and testing of equipments. Some of the many facilities that high voltage lab provides are it has multiple test cells, it has got chambers for corona and pollution test. Such labs have outdoor test areas to test large size equipments, transmission lines and towers. To test such imported equipments, the test lab is fully equipped with computer facilities and provision for an overnight stay. To handle big and large equipments, cranes and ladders are also available in large HV labs. The supply of such labs is in few MVAs. A governing body which includes director, manager and other group leaders are responsible for all of the operation of the lab. The cost of such labs is in several millions of the rupees. These are the typical HV labs used in industrial sector and research work. Going forward, voltages above 400 kV are the voltages which may pose any problem if not handled with care. Research work needs 1.3 times the maximum test voltage. Hence large HV labs have different range of voltages depending upon the research work. This is a particular control panel of high voltage testing equipment having two decimeters, an ammeter and voltmeter. Also have a voltage changing knob to give user desired change in voltage. Size and dimensions of the voltage lab include are depending upon basically two types. First is indoor type and secondly is outdoor type. Indoor type has advantage of protection and testing of equipment against variable weather conditions. Secondly, simplicity in design and control of the test equipments. Third, provision for observation facilities during testing. Outdoor laboratories have advantages of least cost due to absence of building cost, planning facility and layout cost. But the outdoor laboratories also have got some disadvantages, of which first is absence of lifting and supporting facilities, second is climatic conditions which may restrict or impede testing. Thank you. Next part will be taken by my groupmate Khemraj Saindane.
Good afternoon to everyone. I am Khemraj Saindane from B Electrical. Here we discuss about the layout of HV lab. Layout of HV lab. It is based on type of equipment to be tested, available space, other accessories needed for the test. Earthing and safety is the foremost considerations. Next, we see the high voltage lab in India. First is the Bharat Heavy Electrical Limited, Bhopal, which has size 67 length meter, breadth 35 meter, height 35 meter. Here, power frequency test facility is a 1.5 megawatt, 2 ampere, and impulse voltage test facility is a 4.0 megawatt and 400 kilojoule. Switching surge voltage facility is a 2.0 megawatt. Next is a Central Power Research Institute, Bangalore, which has 15 meter of length, 14 meter of breadth, and 35 meter of height. 1.8 is a 1.8 megawatt is a power frequency test facility and 2 ampere current. And next is a impulse voltage test facility is a 2.4 megawatt and 13 kilojoule and 1.5 switching surge voltage facility. Next is the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, which has 37.5 meter length, 30 meter breadth, 20 meter height, and 1.05 megawatt power frequency test facilities of and 1 ampere, 3.0 megawatt, and 15 kilojoule. 1.6 megawatt is a switching voltage facility. Next is the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, which has the light 28 meter length, 10 meter breadth, 9.7 meter height, and power frequency test facilities are 0.18 megawatt and 0.18 megawatt, and impulse voltage frequency is 1.5 megawatt and 37.5 kilojoule. Next is a government engineering college, Jabalpur, here which has length 36 meter, 26 meter breadth, 30 meter height, and 0.50 megawatt power frequency test facilities, and impulse voltage facility is a 1.6 megawatt and 26.4 kilojoule energy. Next is Anna University, Madras, which has length 25 meter, breadth 15 meter, height 15 meter, power frequency test facilities of 0.30 megawatt, and impulse voltage frequency is 1.2 megawatt. Next is a Jabalpur University, Kolkata, which has a length of 25 meter, breadth is a 15 meter, height is a 20 meter, which has the power frequency test facilities of 0.25 megawatt, and the impulse voltage test facility 1.4 megawatt and 16 kilojoule. Next is the Engineering College, Jawaharlal Nehru Technology University, Kakinda, Andhra Pradesh, which has the length of 20 meter, breadth is a 12 meter, and height is a 8 meter, which has the voltage of 0.50 megawatt, voltage is a 1.4 megawatt, and energy is a 16 kilojoule. Next is the Central Power Research Institute, UHV Lab, Hyderabad, which has the outdoor facilities and power frequency test facility is the 1.16 megawatt, uh, current as a 6 ampere, test impulse voltage test facility 5.4 megawatt and 550 is a kilojoule energy. Switching surge voltage facility is a 3.7. Next we see the impulse stage on transformer. Here we see the impulse voltage generator of 16 kV and 18 kg. Impulse stage is the purpose of a impulse voltage to secure that the transformer insulation withstand of lighting all voltage which occurs in service. Here we see the complete high voltage test systems. Here we see the some picture of automatic HV and PD measuring systems for testing of brushings of SF6 switchgear. Impulse testing systems and are designed to generate impulse voltage that stimulate lighting strike and switching gears. Specified tests for the different application like the switching arrestor and switching gears. Here we see the some pictures of the complete high voltage test systems. Thank you.